My name is William Lynch, and I'm one of the 40 million survivors of child sexual abuse living in the United States today. I'm also the founder and executive director of R.I.S.E, Roots for Individual and Social Empowerment, an advocacy organization dedicated to ending the cycle of sexual abuse against children. And I'm here to tell you, we're facing a serious problem. Child sexual abuse is a silent pandemic that's escalating worldwide. It's estimated that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will experience some form of sexual abuse before the age of 18. In fact, approximately 300,000 children are abused every year. That's comparable to the entire population of the city of Anaheim, California. Abusers groom their victims until they can successfully trap the child into sex and silence. So much so, it's estimated that 90% of all child sexual abuse is never reported. A serial pedophile can have over 400 victims over the course of their lifetime. I learned firsthand the terror of being raped as a child and the lifetime of despair and outrage it causes. At the age of 7, I was brutally sodomized, tortured, and strangled at the hands of a serial pedophile. And now I'm trying to protect other children from a similar fate. The problem is that the statutes and limitations that pertain to child sex abuse expire well before victims are ready to come forward. When I came forward at the age of 27 to press charges against my abuser, I was told the 6-year statute of limitations had long expired when I was 13 and that nothing could be done to hold my attacker accountable or protect other children. While child sexual abuse is a complex issue, it is the politics surrounding the criminal and civil statutes of limitations that prevents a real and lasting solution. Time and again, we've witnessed our legislature's inability and unwillingness to enact measures to protect our children. We all know there's a problem. We all want it to end. So why hasn't it? It's because the current system is heavily entrenched in politics and favors those who bring the greatest influence and resources to bear, like religious institutions, educational institutions, and social organizations, to name a few. These institutions and organizations have had decades, if not centuries, to protect the children in their care from sexual predators within their ranks. As long as they can pressure lawmakers into preserving short statutes of limitations, they can continue to protect their assets from financial exposure. What's more, in selfishly protecting their assets, they're guilty of further insulating sexual predators from prosecution. When did we decide that protecting the assets of these institutions is more important than the welfare of our children? We never did. Politicians, bureaucrats, and big business decided it for us. Now is the time for those with the courage to do what we know to be morally right, to rise up and end the cycle of sexual abuse against children once and for all. So what's the solution? Simply remove the time limitations from the criminal and civil statutes that pertain to sex crimes against children. How will this be accomplished? I intend to use the state's ballot initiative system to bypass the legislative process, harness the will of the people, and bring a ballot measure directly to the voters, beginning in California and then going state by state. What is the strategy for the ballot measure? The ballot measure will have no retroactive consequence. The measure essentially clears the past and puts measures in place to protect children today and into the future. This law will protect prepubescent children from pedophiles and all children under the age of 18 from child pornography and sex trafficking. Furthermore, this initiative will cost taxpayers nothing. It will not contribute to prison overcrowding. It will not overburden the court system. It will not be a field day for trial attorneys. Most important, it will give real teeth to existing laws like Jessica's Law, Megan's Law, sex trafficking laws, and mandatory reporting laws. When the rights and reputations of pedophiles are valued more than the rights of children, when institutions perpetually choose their own best interests over the welfare of children, and when legislators continually capitulate to the political pressure from powerful lobbyists and fail to put measures in place to protect children, it's obvious this problem can never be resolved from within the system. Because children are at risk today, it's up to us to resolve this issue ourselves. Fortunately, the state's ballot initiative system gives advocates, like me, the ability to bypass the legislative process and take the vote directly to the electorate. This course of action has been highly successful in multiple states, giving voters the authority to finally put pedophiles and the institutions that harbor them on notice that they will never be safe from prosecution, incarceration, and liability. Bottom line, eliminating the constraints on civil and criminal statutes and limitations will not only make children safer, it will benefit us all. While I'm committed to ending the cycle of sexual abuse against children, I know I cannot do it alone. It's going to take the time, talent, and treasure of people who believe in placing the welfare of children above all else. Do we really fear our enemies more than we love our children? Absolutely not. We have an obligation to protect those who cannot protect themselves. So please join me. Take a stand. Make a donation. Get out and vote. Any contribution you make is greatly appreciated. Become part of a legacy to protect our children now and in the future. This ends now, and it ends now because we say it ends now. On behalf of every child at risk, thank you.